Hello student. Today we are starting our next chapter, chapter number 5, organizing. Organizing means when a manager decide, assign and systemize each and every activity of group of person, of department, of worker, and arranging all the resources of the organization is called organizing. In other words, we can say that when a manager arranging everything in orderly and properly and making most efficient use of resources is called organizing. In organizing process, activity of each and every person, each and every group decided before the implementation, and also decide the rights and duties and accountability of every department, every section head, every subordinates properly. For example, if we celebrate the sports day or annual function in our school, first assign the job or duties or activities to teachers as well as student, and from time to time check the activities of teachers and student properly. So it is called organizing. In an organizing process, we can say that every report of work done and pending, the whole arrangement is called organizing. So at the end, we can say that for achievement of a specific goal of management, when the manager arranged the activities of every individual, activities of every group, activity of every department, and also arrange the resources properly, systematically, and orderly, it is called organization. Now we are discussing the organization process. The process of organizing consists of the following steps. First, identification and division of work. In first step, the manager identification and division of work as per plan. The division of work makes sure that there is no duplication of work and there is no burden of work on one person. When we divide the work between the employee, the work into smaller units, and each unit of work is called job. So first step is identification and division of work. When we divide the work into small unit between the employee or between the subordinates, work become simpler, smaller, and completed properly on time. For example, in a bank, every individual is assigned a job. One cashier accept cash, one cashier makes payment, one person issue checkbook, one person receive check, etc. With division of work into job, the bank work very smoothly and systematically. So first step is division of work. Second, departmentalization. After dividing the work into smaller job, related and smaller job are grouped together and put under one department. जो सेम टाइप के वर्क होते हैं उनके लिए एक पर्टिकुलर डिपार्टमेंट डिसाइड हो जाता है. सो आफ्टर द डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क द मैनेजर डिसाइड द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ सेम group. The departmentization or grouping of job can be done by organization in different way. Functional department and divisional department. Third step, assignment of duties. After dividing the organization into specialized department, each individual working in different departments is assigned a duty matching to his skill and qualification. The work is assigned according to ability of individual. Employees are assigned duties by giving them a document called job description. When division of work, when departmentization, after the departmentization, third step is assign the duty. Assign the duty means provided duty to subordinate according to their skill, according to their qualification, according to their ability. And when we provided duty to subordinate by a document, the document is called job description. In this document, mention very clearly duties, responsibilities of each and every individual, each and every subordinates properly, systematically. Fourth and last step of organization process is establishing reporting relationship. After grouping the activity in different departments, the employees have to perform the job, and to perform the job, every individual needs some authority. So, in the fourth step of organizing process, all the individuals are assigned some authority matching to the job they have to perform. The assignment of authority result in creation of superior subordinate relationship, and question of who report to him is clarified. The individual of higher authority becomes the superior, and with less authority become the subordinates. When assigning the duties, last step is establishing reporting relationship. Means for fulfilling the responsibility or duties of the subordinator, provided authority to him or her according to their duties. When we provided authorities, they fulfill their duties properly. And less important authority provided to subordinates, and important authority in hand of superior. So for completion of the authority or for completion of any task or responsibility, provided proper authority to subordinates. When we provide proper authority for completion of duties, relation between superior and subordinate maintain properly, make a good relation between them. And In last step also decide who report to him for everything, for his task, for his activity, for his duties. So there are 4 steps of organization process: आइडेंटिफिकेशन एंड डिवीज़न ऑफ वर्क। इसमें वर्क को डिवाइड करके सिंपल वे में कन्वर्ट करके स्मूथली ऑपरेट करने के लिए डिवाइड किया जाता है। जैसे एग्जांपल के लिए बैंक में डिपॉजिट के लिए अलग पर्सन हैं, विड्रॉल के लिए अलग पर्सन हैं, चेक बुक इशू करने के लिए डिफरेंट पर्सन होते हैं, कोई अदर एक्टिविटी के लिए अलग पर्सन होते हैं, जिससे बैंक का वर्क स्मूथली ऑपरेट होता है। डिवीज़न ऑफ वर्क के बाद आता है डिपार्टमेंट। जो एक सेम रिलेटेड वर्क के ग्रुप होते हैं उनके लिए डिपार्टमेंट डिसाइड होते हैं। डिपार्टमेंट होते हैं फंक्शनल डिपार्टमेंट एंड डिविजनल डिपार्टमेंट। थर्ड होता है कि जब आप डिपार्टमेंट को डिसाइड कर दें तो डिपार्टमेंट के डिसाइड करने के बाद ईच एंड एवरी पर्सन को उसकी ड्यूटीज़, उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ असाइन करना, प्रोवाइड करना। और ड्यूटीज़ और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ क्वालिफ़िकेशन और एबिलिटी, उसके टैलेंट के अकॉर्डिंग उसको प्रोवाइड करें। लास्ट स्टेप है ड्यूटीज़ को फुलफिल करने के लिए, कंप्लीट करने के लिए अथॉरिटीज़ प्रोवाइड करना। इम्पॉर्टेंट अथॉरिटीज़ सुपीरियर के हैंड में होती है। लेस इम्पॉर्टेंट जो ड्यूटीज़ को कंप्लीट करने के लिए रिक्वायर्ड है वो सबऑर्डिनेट्स को प्रोवाइड कर दें। अगर हम उनको अथॉरिटीज़ पे प्रोवाइड करते हैं तो इससे सुपीरियर और सबऑर्डिनेट्स के जो रिलेशन हैं वो प्रॉपरली मेंटेन होते हैं और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का एटमॉस्फेयर जो है पीसफुल हो जाता है। और अथॉरिटीज़ को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने से ये भी डिसाइड हो जाता है लास्ट स्टेप में कि कौन सा पर्सन किस वर्क के लिए, किसको आंसर देने के लिए, रिपोर्ट करने के लिए आंसरेबल होगा, अकाउंटेबल। सो here there are 4 steps of organization process: identification of division of work, departmentalization, assignment of duties, and establishing a reporting relationship. Now we are discussing importance or significance of organizing. Benefit in specialization means in organizing every individual is assigned a part of total work and not to whole task. Due to this division of work into smaller unit and assignment of unit according to the qualification leads to specialization. The specialization automatically comes when an individual is performing one job repeatedly. First importance of organizing is specialization. In organization we provide the job to employee according to their skill, according to their qualification, according to their capability, ability. And in organization provide job into a smaller unit. We will divide the job into a small part and provide the job in a small part to every individual. When a person work repeatedly, same work do repeatedly, the person become specialized in those work. The person in organization work same work repeatedly, then the person become expert in those work. So organizing process lead to specialization. फर्स्ट इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की प्रोसेस में क्वालिफिकेशन के अकॉर्डिंग, टैलेंट के अकॉर्डिंग, एबिलिटी के अकॉर्डिंग हम पर्सन को वर्क प्रोवाइड करते हैं। क्योंकि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में वर्क को डिवाइड करके उसको स्मॉल यूनिट्स में कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं और स्मॉल यूनिट हम पर्सन को डिवाइड करते हैं। पर्सन एक ही वर्क को बार बार रिपीट करता रहता है, तो वो एक दिन उस वर्क को करते करते कुछ समय के बाद उसमें एक्सपर्ट हो जाता है, स्पेशलिस्ट हो जाता है। सो वी कैन से दैट ऑर्गेनाइजिंग प्रोसेस increase the specialization or leads to specialty into employee. Second, to clarity in working relationship. In organizing function, it is clearly defined that what all and how much power and authority is enjoyed by different individual or manager. Each manager know very clearly to whom he can give order and from whom he has to receive the order. The superior subordinate relations is clearly defined in organization. Second importance is in organization process, authorities and duties divided properly between all the superior, all the managers, all the subordinates. And all the managers know very well their duties and responsibilities, and authorities also. And all the managers know very well they received order from whom person and they give order to whom person. वो कहाँ से ऑर्डर उनको मिलेगा, किसको वो ऑर्डर दे सकते हैं, उनकी क्या राइट्स हैं, उनकी क्या ड्यूटीज़ हैं, ये सारी बातें सुपीरियर हो या सबऑर्डिनेट्स उनको क्लियरली ऑर्गेनाइजिंग की प्रोसेस के थ्रू मेंशन हो जाती है. सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन clearly define the rights and duties of each and every manager of management of organization and clearly mention the rights and duties and accountability to each and every subordinates, so there is no dispute arises between the authority and responsibility between superior and subordinates. Number 3, optimum utilization of resources. In the organizing function, there are very few chances of duplication of work or overlapping of work because the job are assigned to different individual by clearly defining the job in job description document. So there are no chances that the same work is performed by two or more individuals. Third importance of organizing process is that no duplication of work. In organization, when we provide the work of every individual according to their ability, according to their skill, according to their qualification, and one job provided to one person. So in this case, no duplication of work arises. No overlapping of work arises, because in the organization process, manager know very well which work provided to whom person. So one work not provided to more than one person in the organization process. So no duplication of work arises in the process of organizing. Organization की प्रोसेस में हम वर्क को इंडिविजुअल में डिवाइड कर देते हैं, और जब वर्क को इंडिविजुअल में डिवाइड कर देते हैं तो वर्क के डुप्लीकेशन के चांस, ओवरलैपिंग के चांस ओवर हो जाते हैं. कहीं पर भी एक ही वर्क दो या दो से अधिक लोगों को या एक से अधिक लोगों को प्रोवाइड नहीं होता है. एंड द रिसोर्सेज यूज प्रॉपरली by the process of organizing. Fourth, adoption to change. Whenever the changes take place in the business environment, then with the help of organizing function, these changes can be adopted systematically, because organizing function create different department and group related activities under each department. With these changes can be adopted only in that area which may affected by these changes, and changes can be easily communicated to whole organization through departments. Organizational structure can be suitably modified according to change. Fourth importance of organization is that changes can easily adopted in organizing process. When any change in business environment arises, change take place adopted easily, because in organizing process divided different department, and when changes arises, which department is affected by change, the department adjust easily their all the changes. So when business environment change frequently, then changes adopted easily by the process of organizing. अगर बिजनेस इन्वायरमेंट में कोई चेंज होता है तो वो चेंज इजीली और सिस्टमेटिकली ऑर्गेनाइजिंग की प्रोसेस के थ्रू एडजस्ट हो जाता है। चेंज को एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं, मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग अपने डिपार्टमेंट, बिकॉज ऑर्गेनाइजिंग की प्रोसेस में डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट डिवाइड होते हैं, और जिस डिपार्टमेंट का उस चेंज से रिलेशन होता है वो डिपार्टमेंट उस चेंज को ईजिली एडजस्ट कर देता है, वो डिपार्टमेंट अपने आप को उस चेंज के अकॉर्डिंग ईजिली मॉडिफाई कर लेता है। सो वी कैन से दैट एट द एंड चेंजेस कैन बी टेक प्लेस ईजिली बाय द ऑर्गेनाइजिंग प्रोसेस। Fifth importance, effective administration. In the organizing function, the similar and related job are grouped under one department, which lead to unification of efforts and harmony in work. The organizing function establishes a relationship between different departments, keeping in mind the coordination among different departments by bringing clarity in working relationship, administrative efficiency, empower. Effective administration. In organizing process, similar and related job grouped under one department. And when similar and related job grouped under one department, harmony of work can be established properly. And also unification of efforts also maintained properly. So in this case, the organizing function establish relation between different departments, keeping in mind the coordination among different departments, and by the organizing process coordination also maintained in different department, and when coordination maintained, harmony of work maintained, and when we decided the similar and related job in under one department, we can maintain administration properly in whole organization. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की प्रोसेस के थ्रू एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को इफ़ेक्टिवली मेंटेन किया जा सकता, बिकॉज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की प्रोसेस में जो एक ही डिपार्टमेंट से एक ही ग्रुप से रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं उनके लिए एक डिपार्टमेंट बना दिया जाता है, और जब एक डिपार्टमेंट सिमिलर एक्टिविटीज़ के लिए होते हैं तो उस केस में डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट के वर्क में हार्मनी मेंटेन होती है, और हार्मनी मेंटेन होने के साथ साथ कोऑर्डिनेशन भी मेंटेन होता है। हार्मनी कोऑर्डिनेशन मेंटेन होने से एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की प्रोसेस को इफ़ेक्टिवली हम मेंटेन कर सकते हैं, ऑपरेट कर सकते हैं। 6 point, expansion and growth. With the optimum utilization of resources and proper division of work and departmentalization, companies can easily meet the challenges and can expand their activities in planned manner. In the organizing process, we can expand their business, we can expand our plan. Because in the organizing process, we can use our resources properly, efficiently and effectively. In organizing process, we divide the work into different individual and also grouping the same activity into a department. In this case, we can face the challenges easily, and also we can expand our activities properly and expand our plan for our business operate smoothly and properly. ऑर्गेनाइजिंग की प्रोसेस के थ्रू हम अपने बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज़ का एक्सपांशन भी कर सकते हैं और ग्रोथ भी कर सकते हैं। एक्सपांशन और ग्रोथ किस तरह से होता है? बिकॉज ऑर्गेनाइजिंग की प्रोसेस के थ्रू हम अपने रिसोर्सेस को प्रॉपर यूज़ कर सकते हैं। बिकॉज ऑर्गेनाइजिंग की प्रोसेस में डिवीज़न ऑफ वर्क होता है और जो सेम टास्क होते हैं उनके लिए एक डिपार्टमेंट भी डिसाइड होता है। तो जब वर्क का डिवीज़न होता है और सेम एक्टिविटीज़ के लिए डिपार्टमेंट्स डिसाइड होते हैं तो वो रिसोर्सेस का प्रॉपर यूज़ करते हैं और प्रॉपर यूज़ करने से हमारे बिजनेस की एक्टिविटीज़ को एक्सपेंशन मिलता है अकॉर्डिंग टू प्लान्ड मैनर, जो प्लान हमने बनाया उसी के अकॉर्डिंग। Our last point, development of personnel. Delegation of authority is an important part of organizing. By delegating the routine, the managers can concentrate to develop new methods and way of performing the job. It gives them to time to innovate new technologies and areas for growth of the companies. Delegation not only reduce the workload of the manager, but it also helps them to realize their full potential for more creative work. Delegation of authority. Delegation of authority means when a manager divide his her load to subordinates, between subordinates, and also provide some authorities to fulfill the responsibility. It is called delegation of authority. In organizing process, when delegation of authority activity fulfill, the load of manager reduced, and in this case manager concentrate the important task, concentrate on new technologies for improvement for production. So in organizing process, development of personnel made by delegation of authority. ऑर्गेनाइजिंग की प्रोसेस में डेलीगेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी होता है। डेलीगेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी का मीनिंग होता है कि जब मैनेजर अपना वर्कलोड अपने शोल्डर पे से कम करके अपने सबॉर्डिनेट्स को दे दे और उस वर्कलोड को फुलफ़िल करने के लिए अपने सबॉर्डिनेट्स को कुछ अथॉरिटीज़ भी प्रोवाइड करें, तो इसको हम डेलीगेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी कहेंगे। डेलीगेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी के केस में मैनेजर का वर्कलोड कम होता है, लेस हो जाता है, और जब मैनेजर का वर्कलोड लेस होता है उस केस में मैनेजर कुछ अदर इम्पोर्टेंट टास्क पर कंसंट्रेट कर सकता है या फिर नई नई टेक्नोलॉजी को इनोवेट कर सकता है अपने बिजनेस को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए। सो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग की प्रोसेस के थ्रू पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट भी होते हैं। Organizational structure, our next topic. Meaning of organizational structure. When the manager are performing organizing function, an organizational structure get create automatically which define the job, position, the authority, responsibility of different employees. So we can say that organizational structure, network of job, position, responsibility and authority at different level, or it can be called as framework within with which managerial and operational tasks are performed. Organizational structure. When a manager performing their job, organizational structure automatically created. Now what is organizational structure? Organizational structure means when very clearly define the job, position, the authority and responsibility of different employed very clearly. It is called organizational structure. Another way we can say that network of job position, responsibility and authority of different level are framework within which managerial and operational tasks are performed. It is called organizational structure. Structure. Structure means like our body structure. Our body structure, ears, nose, eyes, ear, hair, hand, legs. This is our body structure. Same to same like this organizational structure. When in organization, when in any business, when in any company, job position, responsibilities, authority very clearly defined on each and every level. It is called organizational structure. Importance of organizational structure. Organizational structure important. First, work properly and smoothly operated and communication in better way. Number 2, a clear structure make easy check the responsibility of each part of the business. Third, a clear structure also mention the correlation, coordination, physical and financial resources. A clear structure also define the level of management and span of control under each level. Now, span of management. Span of management means how many employees or subordinate can be effectively managed by one manager, or how many subordinates can be effectively controlled by one superior. When the authority and responsibility relationship are established in organizing process, then the manager must keep in mind the span of control. Span of management means how many employee or subordinate can be effectively managed by one manager. एक मैनेजर कितने लोगों को इफेक्टिवली कंट्रोल कर सकता है, मैनेज कर सकता है. When the authority and responsibility relationship are established in organizing process, then manager must keep mind the span of control. तो मैनेजर जब ऑथोरिटी एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रिलेशन को मेंटेन करता है तो उस समय उसके माइंड में यही बात रहती है कि कौन सा मैनेजर या एक मैनेजर कितने सबऑर्डिनेट्स की एक्टिविटीज़ को प्रॉपरली इफ़ेक्टिवली कंट्रोल कर पाएगा. उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही मैनेजमेंट की जो है एक्टिविटीज़ डिसाइड होती. इट इज़ कॉल्ड स्पान ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. नाउ टाइप्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर. There are two types of organizational structure. First, functional structure and second, divisional structure. Functional structure. When the activities or jobs are grouped keeping in mind the function or job, then it is called functional structure. When the activities or job grouped keeping in mind the function or job, then it is called functional structure. For example, all the job related to production are grouped in production department, related to sales department, related to purchase in purchase department, and so on. Within the department also grouping is done on the basis of specialized function. Even tertiary wise grouping is also included in functional structure. that is north region, south, west, etc. Functional structure. When the activities are job grouped keeping in mind the function or of the job, then it is called functional structure. जब हम अपनी एक्टिविटीज़ और जॉब को का ग्रुप क्रिएट करते हैं तो फंक्शन और जॉब के अकॉर्डिंग उसका ग्रुप क्रिएट करते हैं, तो ये होता है फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर. लाइक व्हेन वी क्रिएट प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट, in production department all activities related to production. When we create sales department, in sales department all the activities fulfill related to sales. When we create purchase department, all the activities fulfill in purchase department related to purchase. So when we create group according to activities, when we create department according to activities, it is called functional structure. When we create group according to function according to job, it is called functional structure. For example, the production department can be further classified into store, quality control department, assembly department, etc. Within each department and sub-department, a chain of superior and subordinate is created to work systematically. For example, production department. In production department, store, assembling and quality control, all activities involved. So, in production department, all these activities are involved. So, we can maintain the departmental chain between superior and subordinates properly, systematically. Divisional structure. When the organization is large in size and is producing more than one type of product, then activities related to one product are grouped under one department. Divisional structure. When any companies or any organization produce more than one type of product and then activities related to one product grouped under one department, it is called divisional structure. जब कोई कंपनी एक से ज़्यादा आइटम्स प्रोड्यूस करती है तो फिर हर आइटम से रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज़ का एक ग्रुप बना दिया जाता है उसके एक वन डिपार्टमेंट के अंडर, तो उसको हम कहेंगे डिविजनल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन प्रोड्यूसिंग सोप, टेक्सटाइल, medicine, cosmetic, then all the activities related to medicine will be grouped under medicine department and all the activities of textile to textile department and so on. जैसे कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सोप भी प्रोड्यूस करता है, टेक्सटाइल भी प्रोड्यूस करता है और कॉस्मेटिक भी प्रोड्यूस करता है, मेडिसिन भी प्रोड्यूस करता है, तो मेडिसिन से रिलेटेड सारी एक्टिविटी के लिए मेडिसिन डिपार्टमेंट, सोप से रिलेटेड सभी एक्टिविटीज़ के लिए सोप डिपार्टमेंट और टेक्सटाइल से रिलेटेड सभी एक्टिविटीज़ के लिए टेक्सटाइल डिपार्टमेंट होता है. और इसी तरह से जितने भी हम गुड्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, जितने भी टाइप के गुड्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, उनकी सब एक्टिविटीज़ के लिए डिफरेंट जब डिपार्टमेंट डिवीज़न बना दिए जाते हैं तो ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर की कैटेगरी में आता है. नाउ डिफरेंस बिटवीन functional structure and divisional structure. First point, basis of formation. The structure of this structure is formed by basis of function and this structure is formed by basis of product. फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर फंक्शन के बेसिस पर क्रिएट होता है और डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर प्रोडक्ट के अकॉर्डिंग क्रिएट होता है, आइटम्स की क्वांटिटी के अकॉर्डिंग क्रिएट होता है। नंबर 2, difficult to make responsibility accountability as department are interdependent and easy to fix accountability as department work independently. फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर में अकाउंटेबिलिटी को फिक्स करना डिफिकल्ट है बिकॉज ऑल डिपार्टमेंट आर इंटरडिपेंडेंट, बट डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर में अकाउंटेबिलिटी को फिक्स करना पॉसिबल है बिकॉज ऑल द डिपार्टमेंट आर इंडिपेंडेंट। डिफरेंट डिफरेंट आइटम है और डिफरेंट डिफरेंट आइटम के अकॉर्डिंग डिपार्टमेंट है। 3, functional structure is economical because one department, and divisional structure is not very economical because all the resources are required in different department. Number 4, development of manager. Less chances as manager become specialized in one function only. More chances as manager perform multi functions. फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर में स्पेशलाइजेशन के चांस लेस हैं बिकॉज मैनेजर एक ही जॉब करता रहता है, बट डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर में स्पेशलाइजेशन के चांस ज़्यादा हैं बिकॉज एक से ज़्यादा आइटम प्रोड्यूस होते हैं तो मैनेजर को हर डिपार्टमेंट को देखना होता है। स्पेशलाइजेशन, द टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर ब्रिंग फंक्शनल स्पेशलाइजेशन, इट ब्रिंग्स प्रोडक्ट स्पेशलाइजेशन। फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर फंक्शनल स्पेशलाइजेशन को क्रिएट करता है और डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर प्रोडक्ट स्पेशलाइजेशन। नंबर 6, कोऑर्डिनेशन। कंपेयर टू डिविजनल लेस देन कंपनीज प्रोड्यूसिंग मोर प्रोडक्ट, बेटर कोऑर्डिनेशन बिकॉज ऑल द एक्टिविटीज रिलेटेड टू वन प्रोडक्ट आर इन वन डिपार्टमेंट ओनली। मीन्स इन फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर कोऑर्डिनेशन does not maintain properly, but its divisional structure coordination maintain properly. Now formal and informal organization. Formal organization. When the managers are carrying on organizing process, then as a result of organizing process an organizational structure is created to achieve systematic working and efficient utilization of resources. This type of structure is known as formal organizational structure. Formal organizational structure clearly spell out the job to be performed by each individual and authority, responsibility assigned to every individual, the superior subordinate relationship, and the designation of every individual in the organization. This structure is created intentionally by the manager for achievement of organizational goal. Formal organization. In formal organization, all the process maintained formally. Means manager provided job to subordinates, provided responsibility to subordinates, and completion the task. And relation between superior and subordinates created formally. Manager provided order, manager provided work, and employee complete the work, complete the responsibility according to order of manager. So in formal organization, the structure of relation between superior and subordinates create formally. Means every individual perform their job, perform their duties according to order of superior, and this type of structure create intentionally by the manager for achievement of organizational goal. फॉर्मल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जहाँ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्मली क्रिएट होता है किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल को अचीव करने के लिए, जहाँ सबकी जॉब, सबकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, ड्यूटीज़ डिसाइडेड हैं और अपनी जॉब के अकॉर्डिंग, अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के अकॉर्डिंग सब लोग अपना अपना वर्क फुलफ़िल करते हैं। मैनेजर ऑर्डर प्रोवाइड करता है, उस ऑर्डर को एम्प्लॉय फुलफ़िल करता है, बस इसी तरह से स्ट्रक्चर चलता रहता है। तो ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं फॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर। So, for today over, we will discuss remaining part next time. Thank you and have a nice day.